DoubleKBeats, Double K Productions. I am back with you in Presona Studio 14, back with another tutorial. This tutorial is about editing, and this is part 1. I tried to do all of it together. The video just goes too long. So this is part 1, and we're going to touch on just the arrow tool and the range tool and what it can do in your mix. And I got a lot more shortcuts and keys to get to, but this is just part 1, okay? So let's get into the tutorial editing. And I have yet to do a basic tutorial on the tools. I always talk about the mixing, and I did an editing video, but I didn't talk about the tools to help you get through your mix quick and efficient and fast, because you got to edit before you add plugins and all that other good stuff, because you got a lot of airspace, a lot of breath you have to control, and all that good stuff. So let's get into it. If you're new to the channel and haven't subscribed to the channel, please smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I post something. Also, thumbs up, comments always help me out. So we'll come right here, we'll turn, just use one of them keys, alright? We'll turn that up. But you click on this, you click on both of these, you get the arrow tool and you get the range tool. We could click off, I got the arrow tool. I got just the range tool highlighted. Okay, so we're talking about the arrow tool, and these at the bottom give you all what's up here already. Alright, so arrow tool. Arrow tool is definitely what everybody use. You know that, right? Everybody's going to use the arrow tool, and the arrow tool comes in handy a place of moving. You have to have the arrow tool to move in and out, because if I just click on the split tool, I'm not going to get that option. Alright, so arrow tool is the key to do moving in and out, and we'll get into what I just did right there. So the arrow tool, if I want to just highlight both of them, have to be at the bottom. Make sure I can highlight, and then we just on the arrow tool, okay? Arrow tool moves down for you, left, right, up, sideways, you know, sideways, you know, left, right, that's what sideways is, you know, going sideways. And arrow tool is great, and that's what you're always going to use. So that's just the basic. Don't have me. I'm just showing you the arrow tool is what you use, you know. Everybody uses the arrow tool every time they edit. So let's get off the arrow tool. You have to be on the arrow tool for most of the things, even to do your clip gain up and down. You have to be on the arrow tool. Okay, so if I go to the range tool, I don't get that function, that little hand to move my clip gain. All I get is just the range tool. And let's talk about the range tool. The range tool is definitely great for moving fast with the editing. So if I have both of them selected, and I come right here, this is called range tool upper event area. All right, so it gives you both of these. So what that means, upper and lower, is, so if I come to the track itself, at the bottom I get the arrow. Okay, I can move that at the bottom. Once I pass this little line, you see, every sound audio will have this bottom and top, this little line in the middle. Right? So if I come at the bottom, I get the arrow. Come above that line, I get the range tool. Now I can work with the range tool. Okay, so if I come at the bottom, I got the arrow. As soon as I cross this line, I get the range tool. Boom. And the range tool comes in handy of deleting things, that space. These are ad-libs, so in ad-libs, most likely you're going to have space for you to keep moving fast through your mix. You want to have both of them selected. That way you have the arrow and the range selected. You're just moving with your mix, moving fast and quick and efficient. So if I come in, I want to take out all these airspaces, and all I'm doing is hitting, and I can take off snap to grid. That way I can really get dirty with it and make sure everything is taken out. All right. So we got all this airspace before the beat comes in. I start my vocals right here. I want to take that out. Take that out. All right. And we can just keep going. Range tool and arrow tool. Click back right here. Make sure you're at the top of that line, because if you're at the bottom, now you start moving your clip. You start moving stuff around and everything's starting to be off. So, boom. Snap the grid off. I can get real precise here. Since I got that arrow tool on, since I got both of them selected, you see stuff started moving around now. As far as if I just had this, if I just had the arrow tool, ain't nothing else could happen but highlighting things and getting rid of things. And all I'm doing is hitting delete on my keyboard, taking out that airspace. That way I ain't gotta use a gate for that. It's already gone. Okay? Now I got some good, just straight ad-libs with no air.
Don't get involved with it. That's above. To him, who cares what the politics say? Before all of this hate.
Okay, no airspace. We can catch that right there. We can really get dirty with it and start going in. And okay, I don't like that right there. Boom, keep flowing. Oop, left a little bit, keep flowing. All right, keep flowing, keep going. Boom, put the arrow tool back on. Boom, now I can turn stuff up and down. I don't like that. It's too loud. Turn that down, turn that up and down. All right, and we'll get into that key function later. This little hand and what it actually does for you. Okay, boom, turn that down. Oh, I left a little piece up there. Come back above the line. I get the range tool. Take that out. Okay, boom. And we can get real dirty with the vocals right here. Boom, take that out. All right, might have just cut some words out, but that's all right. Boom, above that line, making sure I get it. Come below that line, now I'm starting moving my stuff. It's a little off from the beat. I'm going to move that around a little bit. Took snap the grid off, so it's not going to snap to the grid. But if I put it back, it's going to snap to that grid. Now we're working on grid. All right, so. Oh, what'd I just do there? We'll talk about that real quick. On your mouse, you press that mouse. As long as you have a wheel and you got a button on it, you press it, you bring up everything that's up here. Even all the paint tool, like the square, the sign, the triangle, which I'm on the triangle, the parabola, I think that's what it's called. I'm going to call it that, I don't care. The line, it brings up everything that you see up here, okay? Just click on that, click off, click on it again, click off of it. Click on your mouse again, boom, brings it up. And we just on the arrow tool, we're on multi. Arrow tool, we can move around, but you have to be on the arrow tool, remember, to get this little length, long move clips, take it out. And that's another way to be efficient and take out stuff without having to use the split tool or the range tool. You can just go ahead and simply come up to it, take it out. You can unhighlight it, take it out. But we'll get into those tools in another tutorial. But far as this one, simple, so we can break it up. I try to do all of them, but the tutorial was just too long. I'm breaking it up. Sorry. Okay. So this is just the arrow tool and the range tool. We're gonna get into the split tool and the erase tool because those two go hand in hand too. Even though you can't highlight them both, I don't think you can. So we'll try it. Nope, can't highlight them both. So those two go hand in hand. All right, so we'll do that in another tutorial. This is range tool. Range tool is easy. I use it all the time in my workflow because I'm trying to take out little spaces like this, especially if I get stems, vocal sent to me to mix. I have a lot of space that I have to delete out. So off top on my editing, I'm just taking it out of there, getting it out of there real quick so I can get to really mixing the vocals. That way, my editing is done. So the arrow, what it does for you, it moves it, highlights both of them for you. Highlight it. Highlight every area you want. Just this one, highlight it. Just this one, highlights. This one, highlights. Okay? And the range tool just helping make sure you take out some of them breaths. If you got breaths in there, you want to take them out, delete them, get rid of them. All right? So we'll be back with another one on the paint and the erase tool. So help me out, subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up, comments always help. Thank you till next time. Part 2. DoubleKBeats. I thank you, man.